Hi, boys and girls. For writing this week, we are going to be focusing on opinion writing, and we're actually going to be doing this over the next couple of weeks as well. But you're going to notice on the schedule that you have for the week, there is a writing prompt about writing about your favorite animal. So I wanted to go ahead and take this time and actually remind you of what it means when we're writing an opinion. An opinion is never right or wrong. Your opinion is how you feel about a topic. So we had started talking and we made a whole list in the classroom, a whole bunch of topics of things that we liked and things that we did not like. And we said that it's okay that some people liked certain things or did not like certain things, but what was important was that it was true to how you felt inside. So for this week, we're going to be writing about your favorite animal. Um, it's pretty easy to come up with an animal that you really like. But what I want you to also be practicing when you're doing your actual writing for the week is practicing giving a reason why. Again, in the classroom, we had been doing this out loud. I remember there was a day where we were talking about cupcakes and we were saying if we liked cupcakes or if we did not like cupcakes, and we had to write our opinion. A lot of you said that you like cupcakes because they are delicious, or you like cupcakes because they have frosting. Okay, so that word because is the word that we're going to be practicing on using in our sentences in order to write our opinion. Now, because I have a whiteboard and I don't have the paper that we have in our classroom, I'm going to have to remember that my picture goes above my work. Most of the time, that's how we practice doing it. For right now, if you would prefer, if you have paper at home, it might have lines all over it. That's okay. We're kind of going to just practice writing a sentence and we're going to practice drawing a picture that matches what our opinion sentence says. So I'm still going to practice where I start about halfway down on my board and I write my sentence down here, and then my picture will go above it. Um, if if I could, I would probably turn this so that I would have a little bit more room, but I obviously can't do that. So just like you, I'm kind of working with the materials that I have, and understanding that it might not look exactly the way that it would if we were working on this in our classroom, but that's okay. What's important is just that we're practicing saying our opinion, which is telling us again how you feel about a topic, and then giving a reason why. So for this week, we're going to be practicing writing your opinion about an animal that you like. Um, my favorite animal, an animal that I like, is a giraffe. And the reason that I like giraffes is because I like the spots that they have. I like that they have long necks, and I like going to the zoo and being able to see them eating the leaves on the trees. Okay, so I can't fit all of that on my whiteboard here or on my paper. So I'm going to just pick one of those reasons. If I wanted to, I certainly could write two or three. That's okay. But we're going to just practice writing one for this week. So my sentence is going to be, I like giraffes because they have spots. And that's a lot of words. That's actually 7 words in my sentence. And I'm not going to go ahead and write the lines like we've practiced in the classroom just because I want to make sure that I have enough room, but I also want to make sure that I have some room at the top for my picture too. So I like giraffes is how I'm kind of going to start my sentence. I like, those are 2 sight words. Okay, I like giraffes. That is not a sight word. So that's a word that I'm going to have to break it down. Giraffe. Now, it's okay for any parents that are watching. It's okay if your child is just kind of using the sounds. The words are not expected to look exactly perfect. In the classroom, we do practice the strategy of just breaking it down, hearing those sounds, and those are really the only ones that they would be kind of expected to be writing on their paper. So I know that the way that I'm spelling this is not how you actually spell giraffes, but for the purpose of making sure that your child is practicing just using the sounds that they hear, I'm going to spell it as if I was one of them. Okay. I like giraffes. J, j, jaguar. River. A, a, astronaut. Giraffe. Giraffes. Ending with an S. Okay, so if this was something that I saw on a paper from a kindergartner, that would be perfect. Okay, I like giraffes. Now, in the classroom, before we had kind of been with this whole break going on, we had kind of left our sentence just like this. but I want us to kind of stretch it out and practice giving a reason for why we feel that way. So I like giraffes because. Because is a word. It's not really a sight word, but it's a word that we use so much when we do opinion writing that you start to remember how to spell it, okay? So I would like you to try to spell that one the way that it should be spelled, okay? Because. I like giraffes because they, it's also a sight word, They. I like giraffes because they have, okay, always go back and read. I like giraffes because they have spots. Ah, that actually ends with a blend, a TS. If you only heard the S at the end of that, that would be okay too, because that T can be kind of hard to hear. Okay. I like giraffes because they have spots. And that's the end of my sentence. Now, like I said, I have other reasons that I gave you for why I like giraffes. I like that they have long necks. I like that they eat the leaves off the top of the trees. I also like that they're yellow. We know that yellow is my favorite color. Those are all reasons that I might have chosen. And if I had more room, I could certainly go ahead and write another sentence to give another reason. But for right now, I gave the one reason, which is kind of what I'm looking for from you for this week. I like giraffes is an okay sentence, but adding because they have spots gives me a reason for my opinion, why I feel that way about giraffes. Okay. Now that I've finished my sentence and it looks like a pretty good sentence, I have my uppercase letter in the beginning, I have my finger spaces between my words, and I also have my punctuation mark at the end. Now is the time where I would go ahead and I would draw a picture. Now, when I'm drawing a picture, I actually have even fewer markers at my house than I did in the classroom, fewer color options to show you. But I would like you to really think about, I'm hoping that you still have the crayons that were sent home with you. I'd like you to really think about adding details. So sure, I can go ahead and just draw a picture of a giraffe. Luckily, I do have brown. Okay, there's kind of its head with its long neck. There's its little feet. There's its tail. Kind of looks a little bit like a dinosaur, but that's okay. We know Mrs. Rose is not the best artist, but I always try my best. Okay. I don't have yellow, but I do have an orange. So hopefully that'll work for now. Okay. There's its little feet. Okay, so there's a picture of my giraffe. And sure, that looks like a pretty decent giraffe. It's not too bad. But I can go back and I can add a lot of other details that would make this picture even better. This is a pretty basic kind of a picture. We can add details. I said that giraffes eat the leaves off of trees. So I can go ahead and make a tree. Okay, I could add the giraffe's little tongue to show that it eats leaves. Okay, I could add a sun up in my sky. Obviously, giraffes live for the most part outside. Okay, unless they're in a zoo, they're going to have a little home when it gets cold at night. I can add the grass on the bottom that they might be walking on. Okay, so there's lots of details that you can add to your picture to make your picture just as interesting as your sentence. And I don't know what your favorite animals are. Normally, if we were together, I would go around and I would ask you what your favorite animal is and your reason before you start writing. But when you're doing this at your homes, I would like you to practice writing your sentence first and your picture comes after. Your picture should match whatever your sentence is about. Okay, so I would like you to practice. Tell me an animal that you like this week. I don't want to hear about one you don't like. I would like to hear an animal that you like, and I would like a reason why you feel that way. You then can draw your picture, and then you also can go through and you can label your picture. Okay, so here I have my sun. I can stop. I know it's probably you can't even read that, but you can go ahead and break down the words in your pictures and label your pictures. Giraffe, I already broke it down here, so I can go ahead and I can just write the word giraffe right above it, okay? Tree, I can go ahead and I can sound out the word tree. Grass, same thing, okay? I cannot wait to see your responses. I'm excited to hear what your favorite animal is. I'm excited to read your sentence. Please make sure, again, you're trying to practice using your finger spaces, using the best spelling that you can. I know it's hard with some of our sight words because we don't have our sight word wall in front of you. So I understand if some of your sight words are not spelled correctly, that's okay, but just try your best. And please make sure you're using the word because. Okay, that's the really important word that I would like us to be practicing for this week. I can't wait to see your work. Um, Thank you for taking the time to watch and figure out what it is that we're doing with our opinion writing this week. I miss all of you and thank you again. I can't wait to see your work. Bye bye.